Most real estate marketing is smoke and mirrors. I know this is a bit of a hot take, but I am talking about from when you are hiring an agent and everything they tell you to sell them on themselves to when they're actually rolling out their marketing plan. Let me break down a couple thoughts when it comes to what the industry can do better when it comes to marketing in real estate. Real estate agents think that they need to wow sellers by showing them a 40-page slide deck. Quite often they're going to use metrics like, look at the size of our brokerage and our national reach. In other cases, they're going to say, look at the size of my following on social media and look at how many views I got on my reels. And in both of these instances, I can see sellers that would hire people based on both of those metrics. Wow, your brokerage has hundreds of agents across North America? That's going to get me more exposure for my properties. Or wow, it looks like you're an influencer on social media and I'm definitely going to get more eyeballs on my listing, which will probably lead to a better sale. The reality of it is, in many instances, even if somebody works at a brokerage with thousands of agents, it doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to translate into personal relationships. And I would challenge you to ask that agent for individual case studies on the relationships they have with the people at their brokerage nationally and how it has led to actual sales locally. Now, if you're an agent, you'll definitely want to make sure that you're writing down case studies and showing them data of how your network is actually going to impact their sale. And the same holds true for social media. If you're an agent watching this and you feel like other agents are absolutely killing it on social and you hate yourself because of that comparison trap that people get caught in, let me give you a little bit of a reality check. As somebody who's been doing social for over a decade on all the major platforms, so many people that you think are real estate influencers are literally faking it until they make it. What they're showcasing to you on social media in many cases is a highlight reel rather than reality. It's actually really easy to get views if you know how to hook people, if you know how to trigger an emotional response and get into the algorithm. And there is a boatload of influencers out there who are literally buying views and buying followers and engagement farming to pump up their views in order to make them look like they are absolutely killing it on social, which will probably help them get more business in the short term. But I can tell you in the long term, in many cases, it's going to get them the wrong audience. And one thing that we've done different over the last decade is we've made a concerted effort to try and find the right views. And when I actually sit down and showcase to clients the data on our YouTube channel, for example, it is 99.9% local. Apparently I have 6 hours of watch time in Thailand, but that just speaks to the fact that we have been very thoughtful about only wanting the people who are actually going to engage in our ecosystem to be viewing our content. Same holds true for what I do on Instagram. I'm not a coach. I don't recruit. I'm not in the recruiting business. Prime isn't one of those brokerages that cares about agent count or office count. So all of my content is either geared at consumers on the Prime channel, or it is geared at real estate agents on my channel, but it's typically value driven for agents with no ask for anything in return. And when we analyze the data on both of those channels, one is consumer facing, one is professional facing, and it translates to actual leads and deals that convert. Are there people that get more views than me? Absolutely. Are there people that are getting more followers than me? Absolutely. But when I look at the business that we've actually generated off the efforts we've put forth, I tend to feel really good about what we are doing because it works. Going back to the original case study where I was talking about the brokerage that has 1,000 agents across North America, I've encountered that before in listing presentations, especially on the commercial side. And that's probably one of my favorite conversations to have. Because one unique thing about our brokerage was we wanted to become the Switzerland of real estate brokerages. I mentioned to you that we don't recruit. Well, guess what? That gives us a strategic advantage because what is one of the cons of the fact that you're only working with one brokerage or one brand? Sure, they may have 1,000 agents across North America, but our brokerage doesn't compete with those brokerages because we aren't in the brokerage business. We are in the real estate sales business and we are brokerage agnostic, which means that I have hundreds of thousands of agents across the globe technically that I could work with at any brokerage because they'll all collaborate with us. And the amount of incoming referrals we have because of the way that we've positioned our brokerage across North America would blow your mind. I can work with every major bricks and mortar brand and I can work with every major virtual brand. And in many cases, we have become the agent of choice locally because of the bridges that we've built over the last decade. We have something internally at Prime called the Agent Referral Map where we have built real organic relationships. And it's actually a Google layover map where I can get a referral from almost anywhere and plug it into that map. And I can see who is within an hour or 2 hour drive of that location. And if I don't have an agent in that area, I can reach out to my partners and brokerages across North America and many of the ecosystems that I've partnered with over the years to find the very best agent. And if I'm talking about smoke and mirrors, that's another major thing that I want to point out. A lot of consumers don't even realize that when they're asking agents for a referral, in many cases, that agent is just calling the office that they have in that area and saying, hey, who do we have as an agent in that area? They've never met this person. They have no idea the aptitude or competence of that agent. And guess who often gets those calls? The junior agents with zero experience. So imagine if you're a consumer and you call somebody that you trust to ask for a referral in an area that you want to do business in, and you end up getting an absolute rookie. Did anybody tell you that they're a rookie? Is anybody going to monitor that file? Again, things in the real estate industry that drive me absolutely bonkers. I have no problem if there's transparency and that agent tells you that you're getting a rookie, but don't worry, they're going to track the file. What I do have a problem with is agents who sell a false bill of goods to a consumer. And if you're an agent watching this, don't be that person. Now, we've talked about listing presentations. We've talked about referrals. Now let's pretend you're an agent and you actually got the listing. Many agents promise the world. I'm going to post you on social media. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And for many years, they didn't actually deliver on those promises. The way that we operate differently is we actually map out a 16-week marketing plan, and we assume we're going to get fired every 16 weeks, and we are waking up every single day unemployed. Our job as top producing real estate agents is to have a plan and drive the bus for our clients. So the question that I would ask you if you're an agent watching this is, do you have a clearly mapped out process that you deliver to consumers, and do you actually deliver on that promise? If you happen to be a consumer watching this, don't just take the agent's word for it. Make sure that you're tracking on the things that they are actually executing on. Let's go back to the situation where they tell you they have 1,000 agents across North America and look at all the eyeballs you're going to get on it and this, that, and the other. Well, can they show you that all the agents at their brokerage actually saw your listing? Or are they simply plugging it into the MLS and relying on that to be the exposure that you're going to get for your property? Probably a very different bill of goods than you thought you signed up for. And I know I'm talking to consumers at the same time, but that is the whole point. If you're an agent, you are not the hero of this story. The client is. So I need you to put yourself in the shoes of the client throughout the entire process, before they hire you, when they hire you, throughout the process of the mandate, and then post the actual sale. The one great thing about technology is a lot of this information is getting exposed. Consumers are getting smarter by the day. And the reason that I share this information on this channel is I do not want you to become obsolete. And by having a clearly defined process on how you do business and a system, you'll be employed for a very long time. If you want some more insights into how we go about this process, or you want an example of our agent referral map system, just reach out to us below in the comments. Would love to connect with you. And if this is the first time to the channel, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. All the content you see here was built by our community. So welcome to the Prime Nation, and I'll see you on the next one.